Hey, this is Teddy back for another video. Today we're going to try to do a palm protection video. We're actually going to take all the rest of the protection off, all the lights, and unwrap everything fully. We shouldn't see any really cold temperatures for the rest of the year. But I don't want to miss this opportunity while everything's still kind of in place, where I could give you guys a good insight into what I do. And this is kind of a hybrid version of what TN Tropics does. And you can see that this sable palmetto just came through our winter, and it's got the slightest amount of little tip burn on it. But this is the reason for protecting stuff, that palmettos will still live here in a sheltered location. But what it's going to do is you're going to retain all of last year's and the year before's growth. So this year, this thing will double in size because it's got so many leaves to start the season. So today's a little wet day out. This is the worst possible time that you would want to protect your stuff if cold was coming, because everything's soaking wet right now. So you have to be really watchful and time this correctly. Like, let's say if it was going to freeze tonight, look at the forecast, it was going to rain today, I'd want to protect them yesterday when it was still dry, and just get a day ahead of it. So these are some of our tools that we need to do this. So the first thing is you get some of these little lashing straps, and they have this kind of really easy pull cord like grip on them, finger push to release them. But what that does is you gather all of your leaves up like this, put your strap around it, and you can tighten it, and this holds everything really together. It makes a tight little cylinder, and that'll fit in your protection a lot better than you know, the fronds being like way out here. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna add some of these incandescent mini lights and wrap them around. So these are just your holiday Christmas tree lights, but make sure that you get the incandescent and you don't get the LED. The LED doesn't put off heat, but these little incandescent mini lights put off enough heat that when you put a little bit of protection over that, they keep your palms above freezing and help them from getting damaged. Sorry, the dog's barking next door. So let's see, put your mini lights on. So this one it's a little bit bigger of a palmetto. This has 200 count strands on it. Smaller palms, you can just get away with one strand of 100. So both of these are linked together. So I've got an extension cord coming from inside, and then the first thing that it's hooked to here is a Thermocube. This is the most important thing in the whole equation here, because this Thermocube is gonna turn on the lights when it drops below freezing, and then it's gonna turn back off when it reaches, so I think it's like this is a 35, 45 maybe, or I'll have to look back, but you can get these on Amazon. Really, all this stuff you can get on Amazon. Really easy. Get it in advance, summer, fall, and just be ready, and you can keep your palms alive. But Thermocube you have to have, because if you got your protection on, you have a warm day, you're away at work, the sun's out, and the lights are on and they don't turn off, you may go up 80s, 90s inside your protection and start to burn everything up, and that's the worst case scenario. So you definitely want the Thermocube to shut everything off. So now you've got your palm wrapped up, lashed together, tightened up. You've got your mini lights on. You've got your extension cord hooked up with your Thermocube to regulate the temperatures. Next step is you want to put this frost cloth on. This is your first barrier. So this is breathable and it wicks moisture. This is critical step here. So this is I think this is a 12 foot by 12 foot sheet of frost cloth, but I just got these at Lowe's. So I'm actually gonna finish protecting all this stuff so you can kind of see live in action how it would go. Next step, put the frost cloth on. You can do all this by yourself. And it only really, you know, this is me rambling while I'm doing it, but all of this really can take just a couple minutes. You can do it really quick. Doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out process. And this frost cloth doesn't have to be super perfect. That's good like that. Now what you can do is take another piece of that lashing and put it around that to hold all this together, which I'll go grab one. So I've got a bunch of these. So this will just help you contain everything. You can see how quick it is to put this on. Throw it around. And there may be some cases where instead of putting another layer like this umbrella cover that we're going to do later, there's some cases where you just put a frost cloth like that on, and even 2 layers of frost cloth, and then you'll be good to go just like that. But the next step, this is going to really give you some serious protection, is this is actually an outdoor umbrella cover. So what this does is it's completely waterproof. It's like this thick canvas material, but it's like plasticized on the inside. So this is gonna for sure keep the moisture out. This is like putting on like a heavy duty raincoat for a human being. The only problem with that is it keeps the moisture out. Well, what it's also gonna do is keep the moisture in. This is not realistic for a long-term, like 3-month protection. This is really good for my house because I had to protect all of 2 weeks this year. I had to do 2 cold nights, took all this back off, left everything wrapped up, but took the frost cloth off too. Then we had a week where we had this really bad ice storm, put everything back on, and all of this was on for 1 week. Took it back off, and then we had 2 more cold nights, and that was it. It added up to be a week and a half, 2 weeks total protection time. So every time I would take this off, the insides definitely is coated with moisture, and you kind of get that musty plant smell. But obviously, as you can see, the palms are fine. What I really like about this is that it's zippered, so I can throw it on, zip it up, be done protecting it really fast, and then just take it right back off really fast, just like a coat on a little kid. And even if you wanted to leave this on, you knew you were gonna have some cold nights but some warm days, you can unzip this and let it vent, and it works really good. Let me show you how to finish this off. So having everything kind of lashed together first is why this really helps. So now you got the top on. You just take the rest of this, stuff it in there. And if you've already got the lights and everything on, you can get that frost cloth on, and you can get this cover on in literally a matter of minutes, and you're not out here freezing. And my problem is from upstate New York winters, your hands just don't work like they used to from getting frostbite and stuff like that when you were a kid. But That's it, and now your palm's done. Comes back off just as easy. And again, this is how I would leave it on a hot day. You're going to be able to vent it. Your protection's still on. When it gets cold, you can zip it back down at night. So that's off. That's off. That's off. And then all I have left to do is take that strap and the lights off, and it's back to normal just like it was in spring and summer. Another key thing is you may want to get this temperature sensor. So I got these off of Amazon as well. It's like Govee is the company. But what this does is it's a temperature and humidity sensor, battery powered, and you link it to your phone, and you can sit in the warmth of your living room and watch the temperature and the humidity, and it tracks and charts everything overnight for multiple days. This is key for me in the greenhouse so that I don't have to run down there and look at the thermometer on the wall. I can just watch it and see when the wood stove's cooling off, and know when I have to go down and add more wood. But perfect for peace of mind if you're protecting stuff too. You can see, oh, it's staying above freezing, no problem. Oh, hey, we're getting pretty cold. We might need to actually take the protection off, add another string of lights on it to keep it warm, things like that. But yeah, this will if you do this setup, this will definitely for sure keep your more tender palms alive. Thanks for watching, and we'll post another one soon.